Hey, been a little while. At this point, get a quick takeout for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Didn't go up last week because I had family stuff, and didn't go up right away because, honestly, the fact that that was coming out right away pretty much snuck up on me. That was another of the two movies that were coming out that I really just did not want to sully the likely last Indiana Jones with Harrison Ford that was going to come out with a lot of coverage and engaging with just how toxic new release environment for a lot of things like this has been. Already talked about this in another episode, not going to spend a lot of time on it, but it clearly made the right decision because the movie came out, has done the box office it was probably going to do, and no one basically wants to talk about whether the movie is good, and instead everyone has to have an opinion on whether or not they spent too much money on this, or how things are financed, and the nuances of Hollywood accounting, but not talking about the most important question, which is the fact that we're still dealing with delayed COVID releases and everything related to that, which is never been interesting to me and is especially uninteresting now because none of the takes on it are informed, and even the ones that are informed are bent toward one agenda or another, or ignoring this or that. And I'd mostly just like to react to the movie, and there is no discussion of the movie. Some of that is that the movie is, in my opinion, just fine. It's fine. The beginning is good, the ending is good. Overall, those two are solid. It drags a bit in the middle. Chase scenes were a big part of Indiana Jones action. They were never like the main part of the action, and they're compensating here because that's what you do when you have an older action star, which is fine. The story is good. I loved Harrison Ford. Phoebe Waller-Bridge is great. I'm not going to spoil and talk about the wild direction that it goes in Act 3 because I thought that was pretty cool. I'm glad they didn't spoil it in the trailers. It's a nice jump. It works much better than the wild swing at the end of Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which in retrospect does not hold up as well as I would have hoped that it did. I was probably overly generous to that one. None of these are bad, but that one's definitely probably the low end of it. You know, when the dust settles, I will probably do like a big picture type episode talking about how my generation in particular is really failing to engage with the cultural questions of movies like this and Last Jedi and the previous Indiana Jones movie. They're actually trying to have a take about aging characters and not being able to let go of nostalgia. This one is, especially thematically, the story is about whether or not you can let go of past stuff and move on and live in the now. Credit to them for letting that be part of the story without making it a thing to hit you over the head with until it has to, which is good. I think that history will be very kind to this one. Part of delaying the review has honestly let me say, you know, I don't have to say too much more about it other than I thought it was good and I would go see it again. I plan to go see it again, and I think that people who haven't seen it yet should see it. Good stuff. And otherwise, for fuck's sake, can we please talk about the films and at least stuff that's in the films rather than box office takes and movie math, Hollywood industry business strategizing, none of which should matter to you if you are not a shareholder. And even if you are a shareholder, that's a different issue in a different video, magazine, article, whatever, than the movie. Bottom line, Harrison Ford's great. Good way to go out on it. I had a good time with it. I think you will have a good time too. Call this a, you know, generous 8 out of 10. Good stuff. Dial of Destiny, go see it. More content for the channel coming soon. Check it out.